What's up, Boysianeers and Boysianettes? So I want to talk about the latest update on the Friday the 13th reboot, and the article says that Jason's father, Elias Voorhees or Elias Voorhees, however you spell it, he's going to be included into the movie. So he'll most likely be in the flashbacks of Jason's story. Um, the way I can see them doing something different with this is if we get a good chunk of of his, how the Voorhees, household was before they went to Crystal Lake. We get a little bit of that. Like kind of like how they did, kind of like how Rob Zombie did Halloween, where we got a little bit of, Michael Myers. A little bit of his upbringing before he was admitted to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. So I can see them kind of doing that, and they may even push it to the point where they make Pamela Voorhees look like the protagonist of the movie. Like we're rooting for her to avenge her son's supposed death and see a woman who's being pushed too far, and there may even be a chance we may be in a not so happy marriage with Jason's father. Um, I mean, until we see this movie, we don't know shit about him. I think his name was mentioned like once in Jason Goes to Hell. Um, I know he was originally written to be in Friday the 13th Part 6, just for a brief second, when he's standing over Jason's grave, and then we see him looking at the audience, kind of like how I'm looking at you. That was written but never filmed. I mean, that's what I've seen. But I'm sure some of you loyal fans of the Friday the 13th franchise is aware of that by now. But if you're not, then there you go. Yep, it's true. So, when you think about it, when you think back to to what pushed, Pamela Voorhees to the point where she's killing off camp counselors left and right, everybody who steps foot in the Crystal Lake to try to get it back up, business back up and running, and then she's just slicing and dicing and slicing and dicing. Um, I mean, yeah, for a while, some of you may have thought, oh, she's a monster, blah! But she's doing what I think almost any common parent would have done if that were their child put in this situation, and their child was left, unsupervised, left, to die and to drown in the lake. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you parents out there will understand what she's feeling, and you probably would feel the same exact way. Now, tell me you would not have the urge to go kill those camp counselors if that was your child in that predicament. No, like, I mean, seriously, like, let's say, for example, if this was The Walking Dead, for those of you who have, I mean, like, you know what, yeah, sorry, I got a little, my words kind of, slide, like my thoughts just sort of slide into each other. So let me go back to what I was saying. Let's say if this was The Walking Dead, and they left like one of Rick's children, like Carl or Judith, or let's say Judith. They left her unattended, and she just died, and she died from that because nobody watched her. Yeah, he would go on a fucking killing spree, and we would be rooting for him to do that. Like, come on, go ahead, avenge her death. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of parents would relate to Pamela Voorhees for, her going crazy and killing those camp counselors. I mean, that's, I mean, like, how can you live with that, I mean, like, that basically became her life before somebody finally killed her, and then Jason, is, becoming vengeful. It's like, okay, I'm gonna kill everybody who steps foot in this territory, you know? So basically, the camp counselors were the real monsters of the story. They created a monster, and then they created another monster. you know, so yeah. I mean, I can see them making Pamela, Mrs. or we can just say Mrs. Voorhees, making Mrs. Voorhees and Jason more relatable in this time around. they kind of did that in Freddy versus Jason. You know, like when when we got inside of Jason's head, and then you see the kids bullying him and pushing him into the water and laughing at him as he's drowning. And like they kind of did that where you're like, yeah, no wonder Jason went berserk, or anything. Like, why couldn't Pamela, like, why couldn't Mrs. Voorhees kill those kids, who basically killed Jason, supposedly pushed him in the water and laughed at him like, ha, 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 look at you, you ugly retard, blah blah blah, and all that shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean those are my thoughts. I can see on how there we go again, words. I can see the producers going in that direction, like where they're making them much more relatable to the point where the people that Jason and Mrs. Voorhees are going after this time around, we're gonna be like, yeah, they deserve to die. Yeah. I mean, like, they're, those dumbasses decide to step foot on Crystal Lake and try to get the business back up and running, or they decide to go have a good old time and vacation near Crystal Lake, and so yeah, but I can see Jason's father being a bit of a dick, like where that can be the tip of the iceberg to Mrs. Voorhees, becoming psycho down the line. So yeah, I mean those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I mean, do you think they would go in that direction, or would it be something totally different? Or I mean, that's my thoughts. I mean, since Jason's dad's gonna basically play a pivotal role in this second reboot, so yeah, let me know if you agree with me on the counselors being the real monsters of the story, and how you feel about Pamela Voorhees. Like how relatable she can be. I mean, all of you parents out there, I mean, like, wouldn't you feel that same exact way that she felt when she found out that her son was left to die? I mean, wouldn't you feel that way too? I mean, like, all of you parents out there, I'm sure you would have. Okay, I mean, those are my thoughts on, Jason's father and the story as a whole, and so on, etc. So it's your turn to share your thoughts now. I want to hear them. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you thumb it up and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.